Hey everyone, so I just filmed a Steelbook collection update and now I'm going to show you some DVDs and Blu-rays that I've gotten over the past few months. And I guess I should start with just this big pile here, 4 DVDs and a Blu-ray. So the first book that I read this year was Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy, and it was really good. And I don't know why, but I also just decided to watch every movie adaptation of it. And so I have 5 movie adaptations of Anna Karenina. And yeah, it got a little annoying after a while, but I was really interested in seeing what each film would have in it. Because, I mean, for true adaptations, especially of a 754-page book, at least that's how many pages my edition was, or is. It still is that many pages. Not everything can be included. If everything was included, it'd be a mini-series, and it'd be like 6 hours, or 8 hours, like an hour per 100 pages. I don't know. It'd be ridiculous, and so, I don't know. I just decided to get a whole bunch of adaptations and watch them. So, yes, these are in order of when they were made. So the first one I have is Love with Greta Garbo and, John Gilbert. And I wasn't going to get this, and then I did, obviously. When my cousins came and visited, I should have brought the book. Maybe I'll insert a picture of it or something like that. But when my cousins came and visited in March, they got me a book that, I don't know, my cousins know that I'm really into classic film and stuff, so there's this book that my cousin got me that's, I don't even know what it's called. I think it's Hollywood Love Stories, and there's 14 couples. There's 14 chapters, and each chapter revolves around a couple in Hollywood. So there's John Gilbert and Greta Garbo is one of the couples, and Bogart and Bacall, that's one of the couples. Arthur Miller, right? Arthur Miller and Marilyn Monroe, and Elizabeth Taylor and Richard. Is his first name Richard? Richard Burton? Oh my god, it's getting really bright. At least for my eyes. I'm trying to think of more couples. Vivian Leigh and Laurence Olivier and Allie something. I don't know. Allie something from Love Story. And Steve McQueen. Obviously, I should have looked at the book before I just decided to talk about it. But I wasn't going to get this, and then I did, because you can really tell that the two main actors were in love at that time. So that's the main reason why I got it, because this isn't a very good adaptation of Anna Karenina. Where is the year? Oh, no. In 1927. So this one's silent. The disc is really plain. This is just from the Warner Brothers Archive collection, which, this is gonna sound weird, but it smells really weird. No, it hasn't gone away. It smells like burning rubber. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I think nothing stands out too much from this film, but it was interesting to see the two main actors, I guess. I don't want to talk too much about these. So here's the other Anna Karenina adaptation that Greta Garbo did with Friedrich March. Yeah, this one definitely better than Love. Yeah, why would they even change the title? I don't know. Yeah, this one is not silent. This one's from 1935, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if I can find, yeah, 1935. Yeah, I don't know. It's basically, it's a better adaptation. I don't know. This one stands out more in my mind. This is probably one of the better ones. The next, I have the adaptation from 48, 44, 40, 48. I was right the first time. From 1948 with Vivian Leigh. Yeah, playing Anna Karenina. There's something on it. Okay. And this one was good, but I just don't have that much of a memory of it. Yeah. I do remember particularly liking Kitty in this one. Kitty's actually like my favorite character in Anna Karenina anyway. So I was being very judgmental towards the Kitty characters and Levin. They're my two favorite characters. If you're into reading, I suggest reading Anna Karenina, as long as you're okay with really long books. The next one, which because it's so much later, the style of it like sticks out in my head, just like the way it looks and all. 97, yep. Anna Karenina from 1997. And this has Sean Bean. Me and my friend have like an inside joke with his names. It's really funny, but I'm not gonna tell you. And Sophie Marceau, I think. Yeah. I was having problems with this one. I don't particularly remember them, but I remember thinking a lot during this adaptation, because I had heard it was the best one, and so I had high expectations. I mean, it's a good movie. I think they changed something, though. I can't remember. I think they changed something that I really didn't like. Yeah. It was... I mean, it's long. Is this one long? This one is longer, right? Yeah. It seemed sort of long, but at the same time, it seemed a little fast-paced. Does that make sense? And then finally, this one is a Blu-ray. This is the most recent adaptation from 2012, I think. I just want to double check on the year, and I cannot find it. Okay, well, I'm going to go with 2012, because I'm pretty sure that's the year. So Anna Karenina with Keira Knightley as Anna Karenina, and I really like Keira Knightley. I know there's a lot of people that really don't like her, but I really like her, mostly because I think that we have like the same taste in certain things. She does a lot of like period pieces, and I'm really into period pieces, and she's done like adaptations of a lot of books that I've either read or am interested in reading. So, and she's in Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, which is one of my favorite movies. Watch that movie. I can't believe I still don't have that one yet. But this one has a very shiny slipcover. I got this one from Best Buy, and I knew that I would include the slipcover, and I was very excited. Because I hate when Amazon doesn't include slipcovers. And this one comes with like a DVD, a Blu-ray, and a ultraviolet code, which I think is not in here anymore. Correct? Okay. So those are the discs. This one, though, if you're like interested in seeing Anna Karenina, I do not recommend this one in particular, especially if you don't know too much about it, or even, I think like people, like sort of spoilers incoming. I'm pretty sure most people know the tragedy of Anna Karenina is that she, like, at the end, she commits suicide by jumping in front of a train. And so I think, like, when people hear the name Anna Karenina, they like associate those two things. So even if that's like the only thing you know about it, or even if you know that, like I cannot get this on. Oh, there we go. I don't think I would recommend this one for like an introduction to it if you haven't read the book or if you haven't like seen another movie adaptation, because my mom was interested in watching this with me and she was like hella confused the whole time. She's like, wait, how are those two people connected? Who is this girl here? Who are these people? So it doesn't do a very good job of like introducing the characters and the overall like plots and problems and all of that. And it's sort of just it seemed like they tried to make it really fast paced, and it's not a fast paced movie or story. So I don't know. Like, I appreciate what they were trying to go for. Was this directed by Joe Wright? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Joe Wright. He also directed like Pride and Prejudice from like 2005, I think. Also with Keira Knightley. He directed Atonement, also with Keira Knightley. Atonement's really good. Pan, the upcoming Peter Pan movie. It's I don't know. Is it gonna go in theaters like October? I think. I could be totally wrong, but that's what came to my head when I thought of it. But they tried to make it like a play, and it was really weird. So like it was basically I'm just gonna stop holding it up and just talk about it. But it was basically like you're going into a theater, and then it was like it was made in this theater, and it was just it was really weird. Like, I totally appreciate that, and I think it's a cool idea. I just don't think this is the right story to do it with. So like there's a horse race, and so instead of being at like an arena where horse races are done, I don't really know if there's like a specific word for it, but instead of it being like the actual setting of a horse race, you have like the horses and stuff, like the riders on the horses, like on the stage, and then you have like the audience in these spectator audience seats of a theater, of like a play theater, obviously, not like a cinema theater. Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, yeah, again, like, cool idea. I just don't think this is the right story to do that with, and it made it sort of confusing. Just all of a sudden, like, the transitions were cool, but at the same time, it was like, oh, we're in a completely different place. Here's a different character. You're skipping to this part of the story instead of, I don't know. It seems like I have a lot of problems with it. I just don't think it's a good introduction. It's not a good adaptation, I don't think. Like, it's accurate somewhat with like what happens with the characters and stuff, but it's not a good adaptation. It's accurate, but it's not a good adaptation. That's what I'm getting at. That's the moral of the story. Then what am I gonna go to now? I'll go to this one. It's getting really bright. My eyes, I'm like squinting. But the next thing I have is Chariots of Fire, and this is like a digibook. That's what they're called, right? Digibook? Digipacks? Digibook. Yep, so it comes with, the Blu Ray disc, and then some pages, and, yeah. Oh, this is a soundtrack sampler. Okay. I thought it was a DVD, but it's not. It's a soundtrack sampler with like 4 songs on it. And, what's inside? The British are coming. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So there's like character and actor highlights. So Ben Cross as Harold Abrahams. See? And, yeah, so on. Other characters. Hugh Hudson, director. Trivia. What does that say? Let us now praise famous men. So, I'm guessing behind, like, the true story of it. Why did I put that in quotation marks? Okay. Yeah. Like, some information about the characters, because this is, like, based on a true story. And this is the movie. No one, like, my age would know this. But, you know how there's, I think it's in another movie, too, and it's, like, in a parody type of situation. But it's, like, in the opening scene of this movie is, like, all these runners, because that's what they are. They go to, I want to say Cambridge. It's, like, what's the year? 1924. 1924. At least that's a year it says on the back, so that's what I'm assuming. What am I getting at? Oh my god, what the hell was I saying? Oh, okay. I got it. So in the opening scene, like, the runners are like, because it's about runners, they're like running on the beach, and it's that song that I can't even think of how it goes. I don't know. But you know that scene? I can't think of the way the song goes, and it's really bothering me. Dun 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 dun. I got it, okay. So, like, that song, I'm, like, crying, trying to figure it out. I was laughing a lot. Yeah, but everyone knows, like, people know it. Like, I knew it from a young age, but I had no idea what it was from. People would just joke about it, like, slow motion running on the beach with this specific song playing, and I'm like, oh yeah, but I had no idea what it was from. I think it was like parodized. Is that a word? How do you say, like, put as a parody in one word? I don't know. Is it a word? But I think there was, like, a parody of the scene in some other movie. I'm assuming, because I feel like a lot of people don't. I don't know. What is this? 1980? 1981? It won an Oscar. 1981. I'm not even, like, this is a horrible description of this, but just, it's a good movie. I was watching this, and I listened to it. I was working on Scoopy Loops, which is, like, this work thing that I do. I'm pretty sure I've described it before, but if you're still confused and want to know what Scoopy Loops is, like, leave a comment and I'll tell you in as a reply. But I was, like, working on Scoopy Loops on the table, except the TV was on, like, I was facing this way, the TV's facing this way, and there's, like, a wall here. I couldn't even see the TV, but I was, like, listening to it, and I was, like, letting it record, because I couldn't change the channel or turn off the TV, because I had, like, clicked, like, the rewind button to, like, start the movie over, and then it didn't even record the entire movie. And then I was like, screw it. I'm pretty sure it's a movie that I'm gonna like a lot anyway, so I just got it. And I do really like it. And I just really like all the characters. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna go with. But it's like about the Olympics. Like, all these Cambridge runners go to the Olympics. They happen to go to Cambridge. And they run. Okay. Next, I will do this one. The Time Machine from 1960. Yes. I'm so good at years. That's why I think I'm always like, if I say I'm like not entirely sure, I'm totally, most likely, partially lying. Good, yeah, totally partially lying, because I'm pretty sure I'm right, but I just want to clarify that, like, don't count on me for the right year, but I'm usually right. I'm really good at remembering years and, like, specific details of things. Anyway, The Time Machine, H.G. Wells' The Time Machine from 1960. I read the book, and then I got this, and I watched the movie. And I actually saw this. It was on TCM, I don't know, just one day, and then I turned on my TV, and I was going to, like, watch a recording. And then I was just so intrigued by whatever this movie was. And for some reason, the guide was wrong. It was, like, telling me it was some other movie. And so I, like, wrote down as much information as possible about what I was watching, and then I looked it up later, and then I was like, I think I've actually seen part of this before, and I had. For some reason, I have turned on my TV, like, 2 times, and, like, the same scene was on, and it's The Time Machine, and this is a really good movie. I'm pretty sure I liked it better than the book. Just to be able to, like, visually see it is really awesome. There's one of the special features, behind-the-scenes documentary, The Time Machine, The Journey Back, hosted by Rod Taylor, featuring Alan Young and Whit Bissell. I'm not sure how you pronounce that person's last name, but that was really interesting because apparently, like, the prop of the Time Machine here on the cover, something, like, happened to it. Like, it ended up, like, being destroyed partially, and then somebody found it, like, decades later at, like, a vintage shop and bought it for, like, pretty cheap, and then they, like, got people together and tried to recreate it because, like, someone had cut parts of it off, parts of it were missing, stuff like that, and it's a really interesting story. The Time Machine, I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you what it's about, but basically in the book it's actually like an unknown inventor. You don't get to know his name or anything, but George is his name in the movie, and George is an inventor, and he invents a time machine, and he goes to the future, and stuff ensues. And then he comes back and he tells his peers, like people that he associates with, but they're not really friends. Yeah, and they don't believe him. Yeah. It's really cool though. It's really interesting. The Time Machine. Sci-fi classic, right? Next, I will do this one, I think. I don't know. This is, like, really in no particular order. Next, I have La Belle et la Bête. I said that really fast, and it sounded pretty weird. But La Belle et la Bête, Beauty and the Beast. French. This is in French. This is from 2013, right? Why does it never say years? How come years are so hard to find on the back? 2014 it says. So I don't know if it was, like, done in 2013 and then released, but for some reason 2013 is in my head. I don't think this even has subtitles. I haven't watched this yet. This is one that I've gotten, like, really recently. This is, like, a remake of, like, Jean Cocteau's edition, but, like, version, that's what I meant to say. So it's, like, it's not like the Disney Beauty and the Beast that most of us know. It's, like, the original fairy tale with, like, I mean, it's basically the same story, but it is a little bit different. But this is, like, Jean Cocteau version. And I'm really excited to see this. It just looks like it's gonna be like super spectacular and like magnificent and very grand. That's what I thought Anna Karenina was gonna be like. And then it was like all on a stage, and I was like, what? Like, I thought there were gonna be like amazing sets and castles and awesome places, I guess. And that's what I'm expecting from this. I know that there's like a lot of CGI and stuff in this, which at least I know beforehand, because if I didn't know beforehand and then I watch it, I'd probably be like, oh my god, and a little disappointed. Yeah, I don't even think this has English subtitles, which I'm not too, like, I should be okay. I could probably understand most of it, and I'm pretty sure for a story like this, you don't even really need subtitles. This has Vincent Cassel and Lea Seydoux. I love Lea Seydoux. She's probably going to gain a lot of popularity in the upcoming year because of, she's an inspector, the new James Bond film. Yeah. I don't know. Exciting. There's a shiny slipcover. Yeah, two more things. So the first thing, one of the first last things I have that made no sense, but I'm just gonna go with it. A movie I haven't watched yet, and I have no idea why. God Help the Girl is from the producer of Rushmore and the Royal Tenenbaums, and it's like a musical film by Stuart Murdoch of Belle and Sebastian, which is like a band. And I remember seeing the trailer for this like more than a year ago, and I got it, like I pre-ordered it, and I still haven't watched it yet. I don't know why. I like make events of watching movies because I get like so hyped, and I just like create so much expectation in my head, and then I'm like, okay, I have to have the perfect night to watch this, like even though I'm like just watching a movie. So I haven't watched it yet. I have very high expectations. This dude here, Ollie Alexander, he is an actual musician. He's in this band Years and Years, and I tried to pronounce that really well because the first time I said that, my mom thought I was saying like ears and ears, but no, like a calendar year, Years and Years. I pre-ordered their CD. I like got their big deluxe edition bundle, whatever you want to call it. It hasn't come yet, but it's shipped. And I'm really excited because it was supposed to come out the day after my birthday, and then it got pushed back to like July 10th. Yeah, but Years and Years, they're like really good. If you're like, I mean, I don't think anyone watching this was like, yeah, I'm gonna check them out for sure, but they're like poppy and electronic-y and totally something that my friends are gonna be like, you like this? And I'm gonna be like, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I really like it. But I'm very much like a lyrics person. So like if the lyrics aren't good, I'm probably not gonna listen to it that much. Just in general, like a song. I'm not specifically talking about anybody. Anyway. Oops. Everything's great. Yeah. I just know that these like 3 people on the cover here they like start a band, they like play music or something like that. I don't even know specifically, but it has Emily Browning, which is really weird because I went to school with a girl named Emily Browning. She was in my French class. This is Hannah Mur-ray. She's also in Skins, like I said in my Steelbook video. Jack O'Connell was in Skins. Hannah Mur-ray plays Cassie in Generation 1 of Skins. And then, yeah. I don't know. Look, it says, I'm impossibly charming. And then it says, like, charming so many times, I can't even speak anymore. Pretty wonderful. Evokes pure joy. Just, yeah. I'm so excited, and I haven't even watched it yet. I don't ask me why. I'm just being stupid. Yes. Okay, and the last two things I have are Twilight Time Blu-rays. So the first one I will show you is The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, and I got this book, and I read the book, and then I watched the film. And it's a good film. The film was better than the movie, actually. I liked it better. The film is better than the movie. Did I just say that? The film is better than the book. Yeah, I wasn't feeling as much emotion while reading the book. I don't know. It just wasn't all there for me. It was a good book, but I probably won't read it again. Definitely a movie that I will watch again. Maggie Smith, I mean, Professor McGonagall. It's so sad. My nose is so itchy. It's so interesting because depending on how old you are and the generation that you are in and how you grew up, Maggie Smith is always going to be Professor McGonagall to me. But I mean, she's Miss Jean Brodie as well. So I don't know. I just think it's so interesting. I don't like the cover that much. It's pretty weird. Yeah. Well, this is about the teacher, Miss Jean Brodie, and she's just a different kind of teacher. She doesn't really teach that much of what's in the curriculum. She talks a lot about art and music and what she believes is the most important things of life, and a lot of culture type of subjects and information instead of math and geography. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, and the Blu-ray looks great. But it's it also involves a plan to take her down, basically. Yeah. I don't want to be too specific with it. Yeah. Special features. It's Twilight Time. There's really not going to be that many special features, but an isolated music and effects track, an audio commentary with director Ronald Neame and actress Pamela Franklin, and the original theatrical trailer. And I'm pretty sure Maggie Smith won an Oscar for her role as Miss Jean Brodie. So that's cool. What year is this? 68. Yep, I was gonna say 69, so I would have been just a year off. And then lastly, I have Bunny Lake is Missing. I love this movie. I saw it before it was announced by Twilight Time that they were going to release it, and I was like, I am definitely getting that because it's such a good movie. Oh my god, I just love this movie. 1965. Yep, 1965. Basically, it's about this woman, and she goes to pick up her child from school, Bunny Lake, and no one has any memory of her. No one she just moved to the town, so that was her first day of her daughter's first day of school. And so nobody remembers Bunny Lake. Nobody knows if this child even exists. And so that's really the mystery of it, is is Bunny Lake real? Is she real, or is this woman just traumatized by something and thinks that she is a child? And so you're I don't know. It's just so much, because it's if Bunny Lake is a real person and she's out there, where is she? Who has her? Where did she go? But maybe she's not even real. I don't know. It's just really good, and lots of twists that I really liked, and I just really like it. I totally suggest this. Watch it. It introduced me to the Zombies, which is a band that are a number of their songs are played in this film, and they're really cool. And I don't know, I just really love this film. Yeah, one of my favorites. And that's it. Is that it, actually? I think I'm gonna do like 2 more videos. One is gonna be like box sets and a few other like movies that I forgot to grab off my shelf. And then one more after that, and that will be Criterion's that I got from the flash sale back in March. So, I'm trying to catch up. I don't know if I'll be able to film another thing today, but we'll see. So, thank you for watching. Have a spectacular day. Spectacular. Leave comments. I hope I didn't ramble too much. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!